Yo, what's going on? Terrell, Hall of Fame D-Line. This here is a bully rant. This question I get asked a lot. From younger breeders and even some older breeders. How do I feel like you can add size? How can you add more muscle to your bullies, from the genetic standpoint? And it was a simple recipe, years ago, where you did one thing or the other. You either took a smaller, like a shorter type of dog, and you bred that to a bigger type of dog, and you hope that somewhere in between there you got these thicker, girthier dogs that were short. That's if you were trying to produce a short dog. Big dogs, it was simple. Get you a bigger dog, get you a stockier dog, and add that gene pool in there. And the one thing throughout all of this that we all have to realize is that every part of the genetics count. You can't cut one part out and say you want one feature. So if you pick a dog who is physically not on point as far as his overall structure goes, then you add that in. Even though you may have added his size in and you may have added some muscle in, if he has, horrible feet or, whatever the issue is, you've added that in. So you have to be very careful on what you're breeding in. I mean, sometimes you might, stop forcing the issue. You might not be able to get the stud that you want, for your female. And if your female has tiny little bone or she's very thin, you probably don't need to use that female. You have to pick like characteristics. The characteristics that you want in your dogs, you have to pick those characteristics, and that's what you have to have going forward. And the thing of it is there cannot be any compromise. Back in the day, one of the other ways it was Gotti. But at the same time, Gotti to edge dogs made great dogs because at that particular time, Gotti had very clean dogs, but they were just big and massive. And they were still athletic to be that big and massive. And the edge dogs weren't necessarily tiny. So when you had that combination, you might get the more edge look, but with more muscle. The biggest problem we have now is people have flipped that to believe that you can breed anything. And you can do anything and it's going to work. And I'm here to tell y'all, most of this stuff is not going to work. Most of this stuff is going to backfire on you because just as I've told you, everything in the pot counts. So you always have to look at your breedings and understand every bad thing I put in there is still there. This whole breed it out theory is not that great. Yeah, sometimes you have a dog that has small issues, little tiny stuff that you can fix here and there, but you cannot fix everything. If the dog has a horrible rear end, you're not fixing that. You are adding that to your gene pool. And if you consider yourself to have a real program, it's utter nonsense. It's going to continuously be there. And then if you happen to run across it again, it'll pop right back up if you were successful the first time, because it might be 2 or 3 generations down in another dog that you chose and you bring it back. If you want to better your program and if you want to better the overall standard in your own yard, pick very clean dogs that have the muscle that you are looking for. Stop basing your breedings off of the price of a stud, the distance, how much shipping is going to cost, who's popular, and really investigate and make sure that you're getting the product that you want. Not the name and all the other stuff, but break these dogs down. I guarantee you, if you put 2 quality animals together with quality backgrounds, you will get quality puppies. All right, man. Peace.